Rhinos are one of the most endangered species on the planet. There are only around 29,000 left in Africa and Asia. Poachers kill them for their horns, which are prized for their supposed medicinal properties. I like to call it the horn that bears a lot of weight. Rhinos have an average lifespan of 30 years and can weigh up to 1,587 kilograms. Why do poachers kill rhinos? The main reason why poachers kill rhinos is because they want their horns, which they believe have medicinal properties. Rhino horns grow as much as 5 centimeters per year and can be as long as 91 centimeters. The horn of the rhinoceros is one of the most valuable items on Earth. It is a symbol of wealth and power and has been used in traditional medicine for centuries. But the demand for rhino horn has led to the near extinction of one of Africa's most iconic animals. Rhinoceros horns are made from keratin, which is also what human fingernails are made from. They grow about 1 centimeter per year and are as hard as nails. A rhino's horn will grow back if it is cut off, but it takes about 5 years for that to happen. The horn becomes more valuable if it has been removed from a male rhinoceros because female horns tend to be smaller and have less shape than male horns do. How did the rhinoceros get its name? The name rhinoceros is a Greek word that means nose horn. The rhinoceros is the second largest land mammal on Earth. The only animal that is bigger than the rhinoceros is the elephant. Rhinos have poor eyesight and rely on their sense of smell and hearing to detect danger. Where do rhinos live? Rhinos are one of the most iconic animals in Africa. They can be found in various habitats such as grasslands, savanna, and tropical forests. They live in groups and protect their young with their large noses. Rhinos have a strong sense of smell and hearing, but poor eyesight. They are herbivores and feed on low-lying bushes, grasses, leaves, twigs, and branches that they can reach with their long, sharp upper lip. In the early 1900s, rhinos were hunted for their horns for use in traditional Asian medicine. Today, the demand for rhinos has been reduced and hunting is rare. What are some of the biggest rhinoceros facts? Rhinos are one of the most endangered animals in the world, and there are many reasons why. Rhinos have been around for about 55 million years, and they have existed on every continent except Antarctica. There are 5 different species of rhinoceros, which include black rhino, white rhino, Indian rhino, Sumatran rhino, and Javan rhino. The Indian rhinoceros is the largest of all the other 4 species. The horns on a rhino can grow up to a meter long and weigh up to 8 kilograms each. Rhinos can run faster than any other land animal in short distances, but they cannot sustain this speed for long periods. The Javan rhinoceros is the most critically endangered of the 5 species of rhinoceros. It is a subspecies of the Sumatran rhinoceros found in Indonesia. The Javan rhino has only been sighted in 3 areas, 2 national parks, and 1 national reserve. Species: the white rhinoceros, white rhino or square-lipped rhinoceros, Ceratodherium simum, is the largest extant species of rhinoceros. It has a wide mouth used for grazing and is the most social of all rhino species. The black rhinoceros, black rhino or hook-lipped rhinoceros is a species of rhinoceros native to eastern and southern Africa, including Angola, Botswana, Kenya, Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, South Africa, Eswatini, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Although the rhinoceros is referred to as black, its colors vary from brown to gray. The Indian rhinoceros, also called the Indian rhino, greater one-horned, is a rhinoceros species native to the Indian subcontinent. The Javan rhinoceros, also known as the Javan rhino, Sunda rhinoceros, or lesser one-horned rhinoceros, is a very rare member of the family and one of 5 extant rhinoceroses. The Sumatran rhinoceros, also known as the Sumatran rhino, hairy rhinoceros or Asian two-horned rhinoceros, is a rare member of the family Rhinocerodidae and one of 5 extant species of rhinoceros. It is the only extant species of the genus Rhinoceros. It is the smallest rhinoceros although it is still a large mammal. Ways to prevent poaching. To prevent poaching, in certain areas, rhinos have been tranquilized and their horns removed. Armed park rangers, particularly in South Africa, are also working on the front lines to combat poaching, sometimes killing poachers who are caught in the act. A 2012 spike in rhino killings increased concerns about the future of the species. Horn poisoning. In 2011, the Rhino Rescue Project began a horn trade control method consisting of infusing the horns of living rhinos with a mixture of a pink dye and an acaricide to kill ticks, which is safe for rhinos but toxic to humans. The procedure also includes inserting 3 RFID identification chips and taking DNA samples. Because of the fibrous nature of rhino horn, the pressurized dye infuses the interior of the horn but does not color the surface or affect rhino behavior. Depending on the quantity of horn a person consumes, experts believe the acaricide would cause nausea, stomachache, and diarrhea, and possibly convulsions. It would not be fatal. The primary deterrent is the knowledge that the treatment has been applied, communicated by signs posted at the refuges. The original idea grew out of research into the horn as a reservoir for one-time tick treatments, and experts selected an acaricide they think is safe for the rhino, oxpeckers, vultures, and other animals in the preserve's ecosystem. Proponents claim that the dye cannot be removed from the horns and remains visible on X-ray scanners even when the horn is ground to a fine powder. Do rhinos attack humans? Rhinos don't attack humans on purpose. They usually only attack humans if they feel scared, startled, or cornered. Black rhinos are most likely to charge. Out of all the large animals in the world, the rhino as a species isn't in the top 10 most dangerous. Most of the time, they keep away from humans with 3 of the 5 living species, Sumatran, Javan, and greater one-horned rhinos, preferring to live hidden in jungles. All but the black rhino, Dicerobicornes, will usually run away if they see humans or get scared by something. Rhinos in general are very short-sighted, so tend to flee before seeing what they are actually running from. If a rhino is close enough to see you, you could be in trouble. Rhinos are massive, up to 1.5 meters at the shoulder for most and a good 4 meters long for the largest white rhinos. They can also carry around with them a giant spear on the end of their noses, the closest place to a human trying to run away, able to run at up to 64 km/h in a charge, meaning if you can see them clearly with the naked eye, you may already be too close. Do rhinos have predators? You would think that a rhino is so big and thick-skinned that no one would try to attack it, and you would be right. There are hardly any animals at all who would actively prey on healthy adult rhinos. Seeing as the larger rhinos can be 1.8 meters tall, have 5 centimeters thick skin, and wear a 60 centimeters long pointed horn on the end of its nose, you can see why. However, if the rhino is young, small, injured, or very old, which can be 50+ years for most rhinos, then they may be seen as an easier target, not quite as likely to put up such a good fight, or even able to do so. Also, if the predators are working in a pack, this can often be seen as an opportunistic meal. Large predators don't actively hunt rhinos though, but they will certainly eat one if they get the chance. Habitat loss and human encroachment. The biggest threats to rhino populations are illegal wildlife trade, habitat loss, and climate change, which threatens key habitats, weather patterns causing drought and shrinking viable landscapes. In just 40 years, human populations have doubled with no sign of slowing down, particularly in Africa and Asia. Alongside these population increases, agricultural and human settlements continue to expand into rhino habitats who require space to survive and thrive. Rhinos are sensitive breeders, and without sufficient space, wild populations will continue to decline. The rhino population has been declining due to poaching and habitat loss. In the past decade, the population of rhinos has declined by 96%. However, there is hope for the future. The International Union for Conservation of Nature recently announced that the southern white rhino has been officially declared extinct in the wild. In order to save this species from extinction, conservationists are turning to artificial insemination and other reproductive technologies. These technologies have helped increase populations of other endangered animals like pandas and Sumatran tigers. That's all, folks. See you next time.